Well, here we are on YouTube. Gonna watch some One Direction again. Ryan, how are you?
Good, Nathan. How you doing? This is our fifth, possibly our final song that we'll ever do. I think we said the last time when we did the third song, but
Nope. Brian, our Patreon, decided he'd give us some more, and thank you, Brian, for doing it. I don't know why you like our reactions, but hey, we'll keep doing it. We said this in the last video. We would do this over a lot of like music that we don't really like that much. I mean, not to say that we don't like One Direction. It's not something we would pick and go and play, but it's not like hurtful to my ears to listen to it.
No, I'm kind of digging them. I will say I get it. I'm going to become a fan sooner than later. No, I'm just joking. People in our comments have given us some suggestions of solo stuff from the band, from Harry, is it Neil or Niall? I'm not sure. Sorry about the pronunciation. Liam, Lewis, and Zane, the five guys in the band, they've all gone on to do, to one degree or another, into greater success than others, but their own solo stuff.
They've all gone different directions.
They've gone different directions, but the one direction into all of our hearts. Now, you and I'm sure it's going to be too late because we can't go retroactively re-edit the previous video, but you made a comment how you appreciate it when the band writes their own music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nathan, I hate to break it to you, but they've probably been doing that more than we thought.
Oh.
For example, I just Googled this song. The band wrote the song. Okay. At least the band members, I'm just doing quick back and forth. Liam, Lewis, but they had a couple other co-writers, but they're the first two writers, but they had a team of people behind them, but at least they had their fingers in the pie there. The song was an introduction to the One Direction's more mature, introspective, and indie rock sound.
Okay.
Yeah. And so both Liam and Lewis, who wrote the song, have repeatedly said this song is a favorite of theirs. Lewis said that he straight away fell in love with the song and that it felt cool to be involved in writing that track. So there you go. This has made them tapping into, hey, I would like to have a say in what we're doing. So that's good. So good for them that they're doing the thing that you like about a member. They wanted to tap it. And that's probably, I would assume also like guys like Harry Styles, I would bet you dollars to donuts, a lot of these solo guys, when they did their solo work, they probably, I would suspect they did a lot more writing. That would be my guess. Let us know in the comments if I'm wrong or not. Yeah. But at least two of the members wrote the song.
Okay. Cool. Well,
yeah.
That's good. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Here we go.
Okay. We forgot to mention that I guess some of the guys actually play instruments.
Something deep inside me, I can't give up. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm feeling something deep inside, hotter than a jet stream burning up. I'm feeling something deep inside. It's taking all I got. It's taking
as loud as you can, Roundhouse.
All I got. 'Cause nobody knows you, baby, the way I do. 'Cause nobody loves you, baby, the way I do. It's been so
Pretty good harmonies there. Wow.
long. Maybe we're fireproof. 'Cause nobody says me, baby, the way you do. I think I'm gonna win this time. Riding on the wind and I won't give up. I think I'm gonna win this time. I roll till I change my luck. I roll till I change my luck.
Thank you so much, Roundhouse. You've been amazing so far. This next bit, I want you all to join in with it. Sing along, okay? You ready?
Nobody knows you, baby, the way I do. 'Cause nobody loves you, baby, the way I do. It's been so long, baby, we're fireproof. 'Cause nobody says me, baby,
Hands up, Ryan.
Everybody. Nobody loves you, baby, the way I do. It's been so long, baby, with fireproof.
Wait, who's playing the drums?
There's somebody playing that.
Okay.
I think is this just 4 guys right now singing? I can't see. It looks like it's just the 4 of them, yeah. Okay. So Zane wasn't there, I believe it's... Yeah. They have a great band that plays with them. They're a good live band.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, that was a great indie pop rock. I mean, absolutely. That's the vein they were going for. And I suspect it was shortly after this performance that they... I don't think it was much longer after the Zayn left the band that they kind of... they went on to do their own... I suspect that's probably what they wanted to do. They probably wanted to break away. You can't have that... The sound was great. It was a great song, actually. It was a very nice song. I had no issues with that song whatsoever. Great harmonies, great tappability beat. They sounded really good, and I really appreciate that they had a little hand in the writing, so that's good. And you can see that it's a stripped-down guitar, drums, bass, and they sang great. But I could see how you have to get to a point where, and this kind of happens to old boy bands, maybe even the Beatles, where you can't share the stage. I know we talked about this. I know people, even the comments, didn't quite agree with us, and we can't get into the heads of these guys. But there comes a point there has to where they're like, I don't know if I want to. Can I just be Harry Styles? Can I just be Zayn or what? Can I just, all these guys, for better for worse, did their own thing, and I think they probably wanted to do more songs like that, but now they can by themselves with their own backing band. So I know. Like, unless you were the guitarist and I was the lead singer, I would have a hard time singing with you and 3 other guys. When's my part? When's my part coming?
Sure. Yeah. No, that's very true. Especially when the band seems to kind of like idolize every member. Every one of those kids is going like, when's my turn to shine? And
sure.
I'm not 100% sure with One Direction. Were they headhunted? Was this a band that was put together?
No, I think
by producers, or was this like a bunch of friends that got together? What's the deal with how they were formed? That's what I don't know.
One Direction, often shortened to 1D, are an English-Irish pop boy band formed in London in 2010. The group are composed of the individuals we talked about. The group signed with Simon Cowell's record label, Psycho Records, after forming and finishing the 3rd and 7th. So they joined X Factor as a band, is my understanding. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. They were a band, and that's what X Factor is for, is you can come on as a band member, a 2-piece band, a 4-piece band. So they formed themselves.
Okay.
And they entered a reality show competition to get themselves out there, which worked. They didn't even win the show, but they were obviously probably the most successful artist from the X Factor ever, I would assume.
Right.
It just goes to show you that though they didn't, they got 3rd place, but they ended up becoming. So Simon's like, I like what these guys are doing. I'm signing. The rest is history. So they formed themselves from the looks of it. They were not put together or manufactured. They formed themselves.
Yeah, I think I would appreciate them a little more if I knew more of those details. So maybe that's what we'll get in the comments, is a bit more of their history and friendships, breakups, all that stuff. And I think that's partly why bands like that are sometimes doomed to fail. And I don't mean fail because they're not talented. Fail because of the expectation that goes with it. We were talking about Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses and how he couldn't take that kind of limelight very easily. He liked making the music, but he didn't really take to the stage as much as others loved the stage. And so I'm just
Nathan, I kid you not. I just looked at our comments from a previous One Direction video. It's almost like the One Direction gods were like, so this is from Regine Nagy. She goes, since you asked, not even joking, on a different video. Here's a bit of information on the band. They entered the X Factor as solo artists and didn't know each other, but were put together by the judges along the way. So the judges saw something. So maybe as solo artists, they're like, maybe we should put these guys together and make them a thing. Which is that's the shit, not in a bad way, but that's their, hey, united, you might be better.
Yeah.
They were put together by the judges. So they entered on their own, but they were formed by the judges saying, hey, maybe you guys should try working together, which is That's how they were discovered, though.
Sure, that's why they have a bit of awkward on stage chemistry.
Maybe, yeah,
like because they don't seem like I've seen some boy bands where they're like arms around each other, they're good pals, they can't wait to leave the stage because they're excited to go and sit down. I've seen those bands; they don't feel like that. Like they feel almost like they're isolated.
They also from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th album, they wrote most of the songs themselves. So there you go. To answer that question for you. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Good.
I think a lot of the songs we've heard are probably from those albums.
Okay.
And now she goes on to say, of course, they've all gone on to amazing solo careers and different musical genres and directions. Hope that helped. It does. Thank you, Virginia. And if you're watching this video, thank you. But there you go. That's a lot of our questions.
Yeah.
Brian, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are because you paid for the song. If you really want us to listen to more One Direction, my only my request is if anyone wants us to listen to more of these artists, I'm really actually interested in hearing some Harry Styles. I'm not going to lie to you. And anyone else, I'm kind of curious what they sound like as solo artists. That's all I'll say. But hit our Patreon, hit our PayPal to have us do that, though, because we're going to get 300 requests regardless. So if that's what you want us to do, we'll be happy to do it. And in your request, make sure you send the link to the video you want us to watch. Okay. There you go.
See you in the next one.